Have you ever wondered what really determines how long you might live after 70? It's not hidden in a doctor's report or a secret genetic code. It's reflected in the way you live your everyday life. In this video, we'll uncover 6 powerful signs that quietly predict your longevity, told through the heartfelt stories of real men who embody them. From how you move to how you connect with others, these signs might just reveal more about your future than you think. Stay with us. What you discover could change how you live the years ahead. Sign 1. Physical mobility. One of the first and most visible signs that can predict how long you might live after 70 is your physical mobility. How easily you move through daily life, walking, climbing stairs, or even bending to tie your shoes says more about your overall health than most people realize. Meet Mr. George, age 78. Every morning, rain or shine, he laces up his shoes and walks to the local grocery store. It's not far, but what amazes everyone around him is how effortlessly he moves. He doesn't shuffle, struggle, or hesitate. He walks with purpose, strength, and balance. He even carries his groceries home without breaking a sweat. Neighbors, some decades younger, are often surprised by his energy and agility. For Mr. George, movement isn't about exercise goals or counting steps. It's about living fully. He credits his mobility to one simple habit: staying consistently active every day. Whether it's walking, gardening, or doing chores around the house, he never lets his body become idle. Physical mobility is a powerful indicator of how your body is aging. When you stay active, you maintain muscle strength, joint flexibility, and cardiovascular health. More importantly, you preserve your independence, something that becomes increasingly valuable with age. Scientific studies support what Mr. George demonstrates daily. Older adults who remain physically mobile tend to have better quality of life, lower risk of disease, and greater longevity. And the good news, you don't need to run marathons or do strenuous workouts. Even small, regular movements like walking, stretching, or light housework can keep your body strong and capable. You are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable. Please comment below to let me know you are here. And if you are not yet subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support helps us continue to create good content to inform and inspire you. Next, let's explore a second powerful sign, one that lives not in your legs, but in your mind. Mental sharpness. Sign 2. Mental sharpness. While physical mobility keeps your body strong and independent, mental sharpness is what keeps your world vibrant, meaningful, and fully engaged. A quick, curious mind can be just as important to longevity as strong legs or a steady gait. Take old Paul, for example. At 82, he's sharper than ever. He reads 2 books a month: history, philosophy, and even mystery novels, and every weekend, he plays chess with his grandkids. Not only does he keep up, but he often outsmarts them, teaching them strategies and lessons about focus and patience. One afternoon, his family watched in amazement as he solved a complex puzzle faster than anyone else in the room, including those half his age. Paul's story shows us that growing older doesn't mean growing dull. In fact, it can mean growing wiser, more thoughtful, and more mentally agile if we keep our minds active. Mental sharpness is more than memory. It's about clarity, problem solving, creativity, and awareness. As we age, our brains, like our bodies, need stimulation to stay healthy. Activities like reading, writing, solving puzzles, playing games, or learning new skills help strengthen neural connections and delay cognitive decline. Staying mentally active also protects against serious conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's. In many long-lived individuals, a common trait is their desire to stay intellectually engaged, to keep learning, asking questions, and thinking deeply. Just like physical movement strengthens the body, mental activity strengthens the brain. The more we use it, the more it serves us in return. So ask yourself, when was the last time you challenged your brain? Whether it's picking up a new book, starting a new hobby, or even trying a new game, the effort you make today can help preserve your mental clarity for years to come. And now we turn from the mind to something even more personal, the way we deal with life's hardest moments. Let's talk about emotional resilience and why it may be one of the most underrated predictors of a long, meaningful life. Sign 3. Emotional resilience. While mental sharpness keeps your mind strong, it's emotional resilience that protects your heart, your ability to keep going even when life doesn't go as planned. And when it comes to predicting a long and fulfilling life, resilience might just be one of the most powerful signs of all. Let's look at the story of Grandpa Walter. At 75, he faced one of life's deepest losses, the passing of his wife, his partner of over 50 years. The grief was real, heavy, and overwhelming. But instead of withdrawing from the world, Walter chose to keep moving forward. He didn't try to erase the pain. Instead, he learned how to carry it with strength, grace, and hope. He picked up new hobbies, gardening, woodworking, even painting. He stayed socially active, regularly meeting friends for coffee and conversation. Over time, his home filled with laughter again, not because he forgot his sorrow, but because he made room for joy alongside it. That's emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back after life knocks you down. And it's not just good for the soul. Research shows that emotionally resilient people are less likely to suffer from stress-related health issues such as high blood pressure, heart disease, or immune dysfunction. As we age, we inevitably face losses, loved ones, routines, even parts of ourselves. But how we respond to these losses shapes how well we live the years ahead. Those who cultivate emotional strength don't avoid pain. They move through it with purpose and connection. Like Grandpa Walter, resilient people find meaning in new activities, stay socially connected, and focus on what they can control. This mindset not only preserves emotional health, but supports physical well-being too. So take a moment to reflect. When life gets hard, how do you respond? Do you shut down, or do you seek ways to heal and grow? Because your ability to adapt, rebuild, and stay emotionally grounded may be one of the clearest signs that you still have many meaningful years ahead. Next, we'll explore a sign that's deeply tied to self-worth and daily satisfaction: your independence in everyday tasks. Sign 4. Independence in daily tasks. After exploring the power of emotional resilience, let's shift to something equally meaningful, but often taken for granted: your ability to care for yourself in everyday life. Independence in daily tasks may seem small, but it reveals so much about your overall well-being, both physically and mentally. Take Old Fee, for instance. At 85, he wakes up each morning, makes his own breakfast, tends to his garden, and even runs errands around town. It's not that he refuses help, he simply values doing things on his own. For him, small acts like cooking a meal or sweeping the floor bring a sense of pride and purpose. This kind of self-sufficiency is more than a habit, it's a reflection of how well your body and mind are still working together. Tasks like managing meals, keeping your home clean, or planning your day require coordination, memory, problem-solving, and physical ability. Studies show that seniors who maintain their independence tend to experience greater life satisfaction, fewer hospitalizations, and longer lifespans. Independence supports your identity. It tells you and the world that you're still capable, still engaged, and still living life on your own terms. Like Old Fee, those who keep up with their daily routines are not just maintaining control, they're actively investing in their longevity. Next, let's talk about something that breathes joy into every corner of our lives: social connections, and why your relationships may be doing more for your health than you ever imagined. Sign 5. Social connections. While independence in daily tasks keeps you grounded in your own strength, social connections remind you that you're never alone, and that sense of belonging can have a powerful impact on how long and how well you live. Let's take a look at Uncle Charlie. At 79, he's the heart of his community. Every month, he hosts lively game nights, filling his home with laughter, conversation, and connection. His friends say they always leave feeling lighter, more joyful, because Uncle Charlie doesn't just host gatherings. He creates space where people feel valued and seen. Staying socially engaged, as Uncle Charlie shows us, isn't just about fun, it's about emotional nourishment. Research has consistently found that older adults with strong social ties have a lower risk of depression, cognitive decline, and even heart disease. In contrast, loneliness has been identified as a significant factor in early mortality. Why? Because meaningful relationships help regulate stress, boost immunity, and keep your mind sharp. Conversations stimulate the brain, shared laughter lifts the spirit, and being around others gives you purpose. Whether it's joining a community group, keeping in touch with old friends, or simply saying yes to a coffee date, social connection is a vital part of longevity. As we move forward, we'll look at one final sign, perhaps the most personal and powerful of them all: a sense of purpose. Because knowing why you wake up each morning may be the secret to living longer and living better. Sign 6, a sense of purpose. While social connections bring joy and belonging into your life, there's something even more personal that keeps your heart beating with meaning, a sense of purpose. It's the quiet drive that pulls you out of bed in the morning and gives each day direction, no matter your age. At 90 years old, Mr. Bernie is the perfect example. His days are anything but idle. Each morning, he heads out to tend his garden, carefully nurturing the plants he's grown for years. But the garden isn't just about flowers or vegetables, it's about devotion, routine, and care. It gives him a reason to move, think, and engage. Even more powerful is his role as a mentor. Mr. Bernie regularly spends time with younger men in his community, offering guidance, telling stories, and sharing lessons from a life well lived. His wisdom is respected, and his presence is appreciated, not just because of what he knows, but because of the steady, purposeful energy he brings into every interaction. Having a purpose, no matter how big or small, has been strongly linked to longer lifespans, better mental health, and improved physical functioning. People who feel useful, needed, or connected to something greater than themselves tend to stay more active, more optimistic, and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Purpose doesn't have to be complicated. It might be caring for a pet, volunteering, creating art, nurturing relationships, or simply maintaining a meaningful routine. What matters is that it gives your life meaning and keeps you moving forward. Like Mr. Bernie, when you have something to look forward to, something that gives your days weight and warmth, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Now that we've explored all 6 signs, let's take a moment to reflect on what they mean and how they can shape a future that's not only longer, but more fulfilling. One of the most meaningful lessons from this content is that a long and fulfilling life after 70 is not determined by luck. It's shaped by the daily choices we make. Through the stories of 6 inspiring older men, we see that longevity is not about avoiding aging, but about embracing it with intention. Physical mobility, mental sharpness, emotional resilience, independence, social connection, and a sense of purpose are not just traits of the lucky few, they are habits that can be nurtured at any stage of life. For seniors, this message is both empowering and hopeful. You have more control over your future than you might think. Each small action, whether it's a morning walk, reading a new book, cooking your own meal, or reaching out to a friend, builds a life that is strong, meaningful, and connected. Even in the face of loss, change, or physical limitations, choosing to stay engaged, curious, and connected can lead to deeper joy and lasting vitality. The lesson is simple but powerful. It's never too late to live with purpose, and every day is a new opportunity to invest in the quality of your life. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments one insight you gained and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your feedback is invaluable and keeps us motivated. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support enables us to continue creating content that informs and inspires. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.